Hello UniPlot community. If you work with cyclic data, which can be split into cycles based on engine revolution, days, steps of a process, in this video we will see how UniPlot helps you with this. Today I will present 3 sets of data. For each set of data, the red curve is the value and the blue curve is the x-axis. Here we have regular combustion data, pressure and volume. Here I show the pressure along with the crank angle value that is increasing with the time. Then we have cyclic voltage value, where a voltage pattern is repeated at a given frequency. We can also see the time that is increasing. Then we have data with a time counter that is resetted from time to time. So here it's totally random value, but you can see that the time after, let's say 2, 3, 4 seconds, every time it's resetted. And all those correspond to different steps of our program. Then we have a random process that is repeated every day, which consists in different steps. So here you can see the time, like 1st of January 2023, 2nd, etc. And then we have all the steps that are repeated every day. And we might be interested to know what happened every day during step number 2, for example, or step number 3. This is what we're going to see today. Getting meaningful information on your cycle is done in 2 steps. First, we'll have to plot the data using the best option UniPlot offers. To find them, we go in the plotting menu in the data browser. Then we'll make the computation with the plotted diagram, as I will show you today. To go through the first step, I will come back on the plotting options and explain the difference. Let's look at the graph list. The 1D YT and 2D XY diagram, even though they are not cycle-specific diagram, they can be used along with the specific axis option. Let me show you. The PV data file holds pressure, volume and crank angle information. If we look into it, we will see that for each channel we have the cycle length information, which is given here 720 degrees. If I plot a 2D XY crank angle and pressure diagram, you will see that the axis is a bit different as you know it. We have the crank angle information and another information between parentheses which correspond to the cycle number. So here we can see that we have approximately 100 cycles. If I zoom in, you will see again the cycle number. And if I zoom on one specific diagram, I will see the crank angle information. And you can use the bar on the top to navigate from one cycle to another one. The whole bar represents the whole test. The information 720 degrees has been taken from the file. And you can navigate by step of 720 degrees. This option can be seen directly clicking on the axis label, where the type of scaling has been set automatically to 720 degrees. You could do the same with the 1D YT diagram if one crank angle degree corresponds to 1 point. For our combustion data file, we can use the well-known PV diagram option. It will not only plot the curve, but also use the crank angle information to split your data into cycles. Then you can do computation based on each cycle, and you can have, for example, a waterfall view and adapt the colors thanks to waterfall configuration. Let's see that in UniPlot. Same file as earlier. We now switch to the PV diagram. We select the volume on X, the pressure on Y, and the crank angle as a crank angle information. As we saw earlier, we have a lot of cycles here. So let's see what UniPlot offers. It will ask you for the X coordinate of the cycle start, which is 0 in our case, and the cycle length, as we saw, 720 degrees. Here you can choose to plot one or more cycle. If you can put all to plot everything, or here I will choose to plot just cycle from 1 to 10. I will click on OK, and UniPlot shows me this graph. Just so that you realize what happened, I will click here. And you can see here all the cycles that I asked UniPlot to create. And if we create on the dataset list, we can see that all those datasets has been created, one per cycle. And you can modify each and every one of them. For example, let's fill the color of this one, who is red. Okay. And you can see, you can act independently on each cycle and get some information. Example, let's take this cycle, and I will add a text object to get the area, to get the mean effective pressure of the cycle. And here I get my information, and I can do that for all the cycles. So here you see a usage of a graph option that will split your data into several cycles. In our next video, we will present the second part of this tutorial where I will focus on the 2D XY cycle and 2D XY cycle index graphs options and apply them to today's data. Thanks for watching us. For any question, contact us at support@uniplot.com. Do not hesitate to check our website www.uniplot.com and click on the logo to follow us on LinkedIn and get fresh news of UniPlot.